we are here for our weekly romance oracle and tarot reading. Just taking a look at the week ahead to see what we can hope for and expect for our love lives and how we can best direct our energy and our efforts. It's Valentine's Day tomorrow, Galentine's tonight, so let's see. Feeling a little bit lovey-dovey? See what we've got. Hopefully there's love in the cards for us. We have, oh, exactly not. Unrequited love. There's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep this relationship going. Now, I feel like this is just a good time to make that public service announcement before we try to make things that they're not, because we get around these times of year and we feel a certain pressure or a certain exaggerated desire or an impatience for love and romance. And so then it's like you look around for what's available and you get maybe like a proximity crush. And you talk yourself into it even though you know it's not super authentic. Or you start kind of casting your gaze upon someone who you know isn't a real match, or they're not right for you for some reason or another, but you still go there and you still waste your energy on an empty vessel. And when we have empty vessels collecting, it creates chaos. They gather chaos. And so this is something small that we can all vow to stop doing, is getting obsessed and stuck in these unrequited love cycles. And I think that will be probably the number one thing that will help us propel forward. I mean, I don't think any one person has ever not had a crush on someone that it's unrequited. It's the biggest time waster, right? Sometimes it's the small things that can make the biggest impact in our lives. Like mundane, I tell myself every day, if I go to bed earlier and I get up earlier, it'll be life-changing. And the days that I do, it is. And if we stop wasting days and hours and weeks and months and even years on people that don't have the same feelings for us as we do for them, or they just don't have the intentions that we hope that they do that involve us. We need to move on and keep ourselves open and free to give our relationship a chance, right? To give, something real a chance for ourselves. So no more unrequited love, because why? Because we love ourselves. And in that we are whole and complete. And so if we truly love ourselves, then we are never in unrequited love, because we always have love circling back in. Stay optimistic. Don't give up, right? I think that being in unrequited love denotes an assumption that we don't have the faith that what we really want and really deserve is out there for us, or that we will find it. We start to feel a little bit panicked and a little bit hurried. And because of that, sense of panic or hurried, I mean, some of us have, imaginations about, fantasies about when we would be settled down. And, sometimes we get obsessed with a certain age or a certain time that we want this to happen. And so we start getting stuck in these unrequited things that aren't really right for us, because we're like, well, this is what I have in front of me, so I want to make it happen now. And that's really coming from a scarcity mindset. And I know some of us have biological clocks to think about if having your own natural children is a factor for you. But, in modern times, we do have more options than we used to. And women can have children later than maybe common thought says is possible. But even still, that's something that should give you clarity about what you want. It should give you urgency to not waste your time in unrequited love, but also not to be in a hurry to jump into something else that may not be right for you either. So stay optimistic. Good things can come to those who wait. And, the moment that you are totally prepared for this person to come in and they're totally prepared for you to come in, that's when the timing is going to be right. If you have even the right person at the wrong time, it's not going to go well. So we've got romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. So you have real needs and real feelings, and those are worth exploring, right? That's why you shouldn't waste them on unrequited love. Say there's different people that catch your attention and you're obsessed over the unrequited thing, but maybe there's someone who you kind of are attracted to that is actually attracted to you back, but you're just not fully seeing them because a lot of your energy is going towards unrequited, right? And maybe that unrequited person maybe is like, you feel is more approachable or more possible, but not necessarily the better choice. And maybe you're selling yourself short, even on a person. Like one time I was like, okay, this was like several years ago, but I don't want to give the person away, but I was like, maybe I'm getting too obsessed over having this soulmate connection. And maybe I should just get realistic and be with someone who's just like a good, warm person and a good match. And in a way, I mean, they weren't a terrible option. They were, on paper, like a reasonable, good match. But like in my heart, somehow I was like, am I settling? Because this doesn't feel like a soulmate relationship to me. And even though at some degree I still felt like I, resigned myself to like settle with this muggle sort of person, it still ended up not working out. They broke up with me anyway. So don't fucking settle. It's not gonna make you safer. It's not gonna make you more secure. It's not a good insurance policy. Hold out for what you really feel is a hell yes, because your romantic feelings are real and they're worth exploring. And so if you believe that you have that soulmate out there, that probably means that you do. So don't give up on that. Keep an open mind. Oh my gosh, your soulmate may differ from your usual type and expectation. So the person that this might turn out to be might surprise you. I think when we think soulmate relationship, we assume that that's going to be packaged in this perfectly compatible set of criteria. And many times our soulmate is the person who is enough of an opposition to challenge us to really bring out our potential, who doesn't just allow us to be fully our, messy, underachieving selves. They just accept me exactly as I am. It's like, I want someone who like pushes me to step outside of myself a little bit. That's what makes for a fulfilling partnership that has like growth potential. And that person, you want to be like that also. You want someone that wants a bit of a challenge, because then they're not afraid of, like communication and being, challenged and opposed and, really having the difficult conversations. Usually these are the people that are better at communicating because they want to grow and they want to know and they want to know each other. So, don't be afraid to rock the boat a little bit when it matters. All right, let's get a little bit more insight on unrequited love. What's the context around this? What do we need to know? So, strengthening bonds. Okay, so if I'm thinking about unrequited love and strengthening bonds, then immediately what is calling to mind is like having to cut the cords of like energy that's hovering around you in order to make yourself available to have like deeper intimacy with another person. Oftentimes our soulmate might be like circling the runway, but they're not coming in because they can sense another person's energy around us. And it's like repelling them because they know that their place isn't there for them to land. So this is why getting stuck in these unrequited things is actually the very thing that might seem innocent and harmless. And oh, this gives me a little bit of like a jolt of energy. And oh, I get a little bit of satisfaction out of like interacting and flirting with this person. But it's actually preventing you from having the intimacy that you long for that could be coming in any minute. Like you could be just holding it at arm's length every time you answer and engage in DMs with this person. or go look at their page and like see what they've been up to. You know, don't be looky-looing. Really cut the cords. Like, do a purge, get them out of your life, because they're only taking up space. It's different to sort of like have people in your peripheral that are possibilities, but if you know that they're definitely not a go, it's done. Right? We need to nip it in the bud and get them out of your energy field. Okay. Stay optimistic. So let's see, new vitality. I love this. So this is Ace of Wands. So getting rid of all the extra energy and all the extra cords that are still stuck to you with people that that you know you don't have any intention with, that you know you don't have compatibility with. Cut those cords. Get your energy clear. Do a cleanse where you don't look at their social media or anything, and let yourself reset. This is gonna like recharge your aura and your energy. It's gonna cleanse all of that. So it's gonna put out a more vivid signal to the soulmate, but it's gonna also like reestablish your own energy as well. All these people, all those empty vessels are like draining your aura of your energy. Right? Think of them as energy vampires. Every time you're interacting, they're getting like this excitement off of you and satisfaction, but they have no intention of returning anything to you of real value. So they're just taking and taking and taking and depleting from your energy, depleting from your Shakti if you're a female, and they're leaving you less attractive, less powerful. Think about like a video game character where you can see their life bar depleting. It's like having entertaining all of these guys that don't have any intention drains you of your attraction power. So cut all those cords, because you know that the real person is around the corner soon, right? So stay optimistic about your love life, and new vitality is coming. It all starts in your consciousness. Oh my God. As I'm saying that, the crown chakra card flips out. Romantic feelings. So like divine inspiration hits you at your crown chakra. What I was just saying is that the seed level of everything, all of our perceptions and ideas and thoughts and feelings and moods, it all starts with our consciousness, with the quality of our consciousness, right? So let the creator, let the divine creator like zap you with that divine inspiration that like leads you to, oh, I need to go to this place, or I feel like I should talk to that person. You know, that voice will prompt you, but listen when it does, because and if you do start to interact with someone, then your consciousness is everything. So you have to come at it from a whole place. You don't want to be in taker energy or in a state of neediness or FOMO. So when you are whole on your own, and it's like, if it works out great, and if it doesn't, I guess that's God's, you know, protecting me, like rejection is God's protection. Then you have nothing to lose and nothing to gain, and there's no like pressure, there's no neediness. It's just open flow and open connection. So I think that having that consciousness and that feeling that like there's a divine plan, and your soulmate is going to come and at the right time, and you're relaxed in that. In the meantime, you're just opening yourself to the flow of the cosmos to lead you to the right place at the right time. And in the meantime, that can actually help you feel a lot more romantic, because you're not under so much pressure to deliver absolute results at a certain timeline or in a certain way. You're just like going with life, and life is leading you, and you feel like there's a divine purpose, there's a divine flow, and your soulmate is around the corner, and you will get there like as soon as it's time. And solar plexus chakra is now coming up, which I love, because we're talking about being led by your instincts, being led by your inner intuition, and feeling confident and secure about that. And when you feel confident, secure, and whole, there's almost nothing more attractive than that, unless you've also cut the cords on unrequited love. Then you're actually even more powerful at the moment. It's like this surge of like mojo. So I'm really feeling this for us this week. It's like, we're like, okay, if it's not the right thing, then I can wait. And I am comfortable in my waiting. We have Temperance. So we are ready to integrate that divine partner because we are whole in ourselves, and we have already been working on healing the opposing parts of ourself. We've been seeing our patterns, and we've been healing our masculine and feminine energies. And so now that we have been successful in doing that, those are starting to become more balanced within us. And so if we have that sacred marriage within, then it allows us the kind of resonance that draws in our sacred counterpart from the outside as well. So very exciting. I think that soulmates, relationships, and sacred counterparts could be close by and coming up soon. So don't don't throw in the towel, and settle before you meet just the right person who's coming in so close. In the meantime, do even more stripping away. If someone's not right for you, just let it go, strip it away, because you want that clean, crisp, radio signal, that frequency that you're sending out, so that match can match with you and be drawn in. And what draws that match in, when the frequency finds that match, our feeling, the way that we feel, is that magnetism. That's what gives us that strength in that magnetic pull. And so you want to nurture the romantic feelings, right? It's valid. Those are valid feelings to have. They actually are productive if they don't control us, right? If we can still practice free will and cosmic sovereignty, and then also nurture our romantic feelings, those can be very powerful in pulling that relationship in. So just remember, to keep an open mind about who and when your soulmate shows up and how. Don't be too rigid about that, but be clear about, the things that you have that you value and need in a partner, your non-negotiables and deal breakers. And that helps you narrow down whether people are right or wrong, and you don't get completely caught up in just feelings. Get rid of the unrequiteds. Don't go down that road anymore. Don't go down the road of unavailables, and stay optimistic. That's the general key here. And new vitality is coming. Trust your gut, trust your instinct, trust that divine inspiration, and keep doing the inner work that's healing you, that's making you the partner that you want to draw in, whilst accepting that people have their different aspects to bring to the table. It's about integrating two people into a life together, and accepting a person and the different aspects of their personality that might be different from yours, but doesn't necessarily make them wrong, right? So many times I think we get into a relationship and people just sort of start unconsciously trying to make that person exactly like them, to make their lives easier to integrate, and that alienates the partner, and it makes them feel like it's not safe to be their true self, and like they're being criticized and judged, and it actually pushes them away. So remember to appreciate and respect someone's differences, and then be realistic about if they're actual incompatibilities or not. All right, y'all. Happy Valentine's Day. I hope that y'all find love, and I hope I do too. All right, ciao.